State Senator Carolyn Allen, once a self-described poor little girl from Hannibal, Missouri, now hits her stride in the middle of a legislative firestorm. She has taken the lead on welfare reform, land reform and preservation, medical and arts funding, and air and water issues. She's seen her hard work signed into legislation for the benefit of her Scottsdale district and all of Arizona. Some call her feisty. Others admire her civility during Capitol turmoil. All applaud her untiring devotion to her family, community, state, and party. Carolyn Wilson had a humble upbringing in Missouri. Her father died when she was 6. Her mother worked as a maid, was a babysitter, and did laundry to support the family. The family spent a short time on welfare. In true Carolyn Allen spirit, however, she turned the proverbial lemons into lemonade, and decades later, served as the champion for welfare reform in Arizona, always sensitive to those caught in circumstances beyond their control. Living in Denver, Carolyn raised son Tony as a single working mother. She married Jack Allen in 1972 and began to get involved in community organizations, the Denver Symphony, other arts projects, and helping with local candidate campaigns. In 1980, after looking around the country for a great place to live, she and Jack moved to Scottsdale. She quickly got involved as a community volunteer, building on her arts experience. She remembers walking into the 5-year-old Scottsdale Center for the Arts, asking to volunteer, meeting Scottsdale Arts Center Association President Sam Campana, and forming a lifelong friendship the two enjoy. Carolyn moved from volunteer to SACA board member, to SACA board president, then to a paid position as executive director. As SACA president, then executive director, she found herself in the middle of a major change for the Arts Center. Following studies commissioned by the city of Scottsdale, which owned the center, a newly formed Scottsdale Cultural Council assumed control of the Scottsdale Center for the Arts in 1988, and the 14-year-old SACA organization was merged into the new council. She stayed on as development director for the Cultural Council's first year, then moved to the Frank Lloyd Wright Foundation at Taliesin West as the development director. A lifelong devotee of the arts, Carolyn has served as president of Actors Lab Theater of Scottsdale and on the board of Arizonans for Cultural Development. She was proud to have had a hand while at SACA in organizing the traveling Frank Lloyd Wright exhibit, which projected both Wright and Scottsdale throughout the U.S. from 1988 to 1991. Carolyn Allen was recruited as a member of Scottsdale's leadership very first class in 1987. She credits the leadership program for giving her confidence as a public speaker and for building up her network of community friends and contacts. She served as vice chair of Scottsdale Leadership, received the organization's prestigious Frank Hodges Award for Community Leadership in 1997, and continues to serve on Scottsdale Leadership's advisory board. Mayor Herb Drinkwater appointed Carolyn to the Scottsdale Planning Commission in 1989, just when things were starting to heat up with community activists organizing to challenge zoning actions. She also served on Scottsdale's first environmentally sensitive land ordinance task force, which spent over 400 hours hammering out a plan for land use and preservation in Scottsdale. Always committed to protecting the environment of her community and state, Senator Allen is a member of the McDowell-Sonoran Conservancy Advisory Board, member of the Desert Foothills Land Trust and McDowell Park Association, and served on the growing Smarter Commission on Land Preservation. Over the past 25 years, many area organizations have benefited from her leadership talents. Scottsdale Foundation for the Handicapped, now STARS, Scottsdale Visioning, Planned Parenthood, the Scottsdale and Carefree Chambers of Commerce, Institute for Mental Health Research, Healthy Arizona 2010, Arizona State University Nursing Advisory Board, World Affairs Council of Arizona, and is the incoming chair of the Arizona Arthritis Foundation. Carolyn has been active in the Republican Party at local, state, and national levels. She has served as a precinct committeeman, member of the Arizona Republican Caucus, and the Leadership Council of the National Federation of the Republican Women's Board of Directors. She was chair of the Arizona Federation of Republican Regions, volunteer chair of the Western Region Reagan-Bush Re-election Committee in 1984, member of the Reagan Inaugural Committee, and member of the Republican National Policy Forum. In 1985, she and 10 women started the Los Rancheros Republican Women in her living room, and she served as the group's president. At the urging of her party, she ran and was elected to the Arizona legislature in 1994 to represent District 28, which includes Scottsdale. Allen served as House Majority Leader and as a member of the House Environment and Health Committees. Remembering her humble beginnings, she co-authored the state's welfare reform bill in 1997 and was pleased that it emphasized job skills and work, a hand up, not a handout. She worked hard to get an additional $10 million included in the bill to fund child care, emphasizing that if we want women to be self-sufficient, they must have reliable, affordable child care. She's also proud of her work as sponsor of the Arizona Preserve Initiative, or API, which benefits Scottsdale and communities throughout the state. During several years of legislative work and 2 governors, Allen admits that many fought API, and in her words, quoting now, "There was blood on the floor," unquote. She praises Governor Symington and Senator John McCain as staunch allies in passage of the API legislation. In 2002, District 28 voters elected Carolyn Allen to the State Senate of Arizona. She currently serves as the Health Chair in the Senate. She also serves on the Commerce and Transportation Committees. Senator Allen continues to advocate for the environment, mental health, medical liability issues, elder abuse, child care, and most recently, state funding for autism research and translational genomics. Carolyn sits on the Governor's University of Arizona Medical School Commission, supporting a medical school for Phoenix. Among the many honors and awards she's received for her public service are the Arizona Chamber of Commerce 2003 Legislator of the Year, the Scottsdale Foundation for the Handicapped 2004 Humanitarian of the Year, the 2004 Women of Scottsdale Women of the Year, and the 2005 Walk the Talk Award from the Arizona Medical Association. Seemingly tireless in her public work, Carolyn relishes her private life, too. She enjoys being Tony's mother, Jessica's grandmother, and great-grandmother of Georgie and Harley. She and Jack have traveled throughout the U.S. and overseas, and she looks forward to birthday celebrations with a large group of friends who have been getting together for over 20 years. Carolyn Allen is adamant about public service and commitment to community. She urges people not to stay home and complain. Her challenge to others is, as she put it, serve and leave some footprints behind. Join with others to make your community better. See the value in doing this.